I am. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See That.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster, baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know.
All right.
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners.
Y'all got half of it. Y'all know what it was. Y'all know what it is.
The views expressed. y'all know what it is. Look, I gotta hold this in order to keep my sound. Keep your sound on. Yeah.
Hey man, listen, this is community radio, and we
at its finest.
And we need you. We need you to come in and underwrite a show. 99 Jams Carafesta Radio. We need you to underwrite the whole station.
Yeah, why not?
Upgrade.
Why not underwrite the whole thing?
Because if you enjoy programs like this, right, independent media, right, we gonna give it to you straight.
Believe that.
And there is no corporate sponsor. We are the sponsors. You, me, and the people like us.
You, me, and the people like us. Thank you. I heard that on I heard that somewhere. So tell me about this 35 years, man. Carmelo Anthony, 35 years.
Yesterday was a sad day.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a sad day, and that just show you.
Before we get into it, can we just give a background for the people who don't know who Carmelo Anthony is?
Yeah, because some people don't.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't catch on until like he was almost at trial.
Really?
When
I was somewhere yesterday, and somebody said Carmelo Anthony, and they're thinking basketball.
That's what I thought the whole time.
Too, yeah.
I thought he was going to court about a girl or whatever. I didn't know because I never really.
Okay, so here's what the chat says. The trial concluded. Carmelo Anthony trial. The trial concluded June 9th, 2026, with Carmelo Anthony being found guilty of murder and sentenced to 35 years in prison by a jury in Collin County, Texas. Anthony, who was 17 at the time of the April 2025 stabbing, and 19 at the time of trial, was tried as an adult. For those who don't know what happened, the case stemmed from the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during a high school track meet in Frisco, Texas. Anthony admitted that he stabbed Metcalf, but argued that he acted in self-defense. Prosecutors argued that the stabbing constituted murder and presented eyewitness and video testimony. What the defense was arguing, they maintained that Anthony feared for his safety during the confrontation, he acted in self-defense, and that the jury should view the incident as a split-second reaction that rapidly escalated. Prosecutors said that the confrontation did not legally justify the use of deadly force. Witnesses testified that witness testimony and surveillance evidence contradicted the self-defense narrative allegedly. Anthony intentionally used a knife during the dispute, causing Metcalf's death. Last thing I got, y'all. The verdict. The jury rejected the self-defense claim, found Anthony guilty of murder, and imposed a 35-year prison sentence. Reports indicate that Anthony became emotional after the verdict, and members of both families delivered emotional statements during the sentencing.
Okay, so here we go. Depending on where you get your news from and where you hear from, one's going to paint it one way and another's going to paint it another way, right?
Yeah.
If you look at it, the knife that they're talking about was kind of like a pocket knife, something small.
Okay.
And I don't believe, and I could be wrong because I'm doing research as well.
Okay.
But it was a tool that he used to put his spikes on for, like,
So it wasn't like a knife.
No, it wasn't. It was like a 3-inch, like real small.
Okay.
And it's a tool that you actually, and even the police officer came out and said that he could have it. That wasn't a violation.
Okay.
Like this is something.
So the thing that he had wasn't illegal.
No, it wasn't illegal. It wasn't a weapon like that. They use it to cut things, like some small. Boy Scouts use it.
Okay.
Gotcha. For one. So then you look at that. Another thing when you're thinking of stabbing, even though he was stabbed, it was one jab, but it was
man, you better get up off me.
And what happened is these boys came around him, and then everybody from all the media outlets that I was listening to, there was a lot of contradiction on their side for the prosecution. They caught them in a lot of lies.
Okay.
But they are and they wasn't consistent with what they said from the beginning until when they got on the stage. So I mean, well, not the stage, but you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And then again, this wasn't against all his peers. This is an all-white juror. Right. In this case, when you heard that, that was kind of a blow right there. Then the picture is now floating with the judge, the prosecutor, and the parents are all friends. Like they party together.
Okay.
Now, before, when they left out to figure out what they were gonna do, the judge did give them the option of.
No, I'm laughing because ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
So
wait, they did give them the option to give manslaughter. Threw that in there. They could do murder 1, manslaughter, or not guilty.
And they didn't charge him with manslaughter.
And if they were going to charge him with some manslaughter, which he would have got maybe 4 years.
Yeah, which how they do. That's how they do themselves.
Right.
Yeah, but not us. We don't get the benefit of those.
No, we do not get
charges.
the benefit of. So
yeah, and then they do it like how with the Cho case, they overcharge them so that they'll get off. Because what they should have charged them with was a lesser charge.
Right.
So they charged the one guy with premeditated first-degree murder with no option
to go lower.
Okay.
Showing that it was premeditated and all this other stuff. It is a game, and the way that they do it is very sad. And the system. Go ahead. What chat said?
This ChatGPT is a trip. So I asked, was it an all-white jury? It said no. Based on the reporting available, it was not an all-white jury. However, there were no black jurors on the panel.
So I wanted to really chime in because I think that this is a situation that we should have seen coming. You know, a lot of people had prayers and hope. And then when the reality hit us, it was like a ton of bricks. We could have guessed that these people all know each other, right? In small towns, Texas, right? We could have guessed that, and some of these jury members probably babysitted that boy, right? You never know how deep and how far this go. And the hard part about it is that I don't think the young man really stood a chance.
Yeah,
right.
From the beginning.
I mean, I want to know what the plea bargain was, because he should have took it.
Yeah.
Right. Because right now, he should have at least really seriously considered it.
Yeah.
Because right now, you know, depending on the appeal process, he could be in there 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Even if he get and flip it, right? It's very few appeals that happen immediately. You file it immediately, but it's like a slow churn.
I will tell you, this is another example why it's important to get out there and vote. Right, because your judges.
Okay, yeah.
This is the thing that, like, when you look at it and we see how upset we are about this is why it's so important for you to get out there and vote and get the right people in office, because they got their friends and their buddies in office. And look at what just happened. And now what they're going to do is use Carmelo Anthony as like the poster child of, if you want your state to be ran like this is what happened. And they're going to push you to go and do, and it's going to be the narrative to.
What did you say? Hang them high? Is that something?
Yeah, for white supremacy.
Yeah.
But see, I think two things. Is people really mad about this? Right? Is this really like a galvanizing moment? I don't think this is like a
It ain't a George Floyd.
It ain't a what's the boy name? Back in the days that
OJ?
Not OJ. They ain't set it off by OJ. Rodney King.
Rodney King. I think I saw they were saying there was some protests somewhere.
No, I think this is definitely
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit different than like your George Floyd because the black guy didn't get killed, right? So when you look at it, he is wrong.
It would have been an OJ moment for them. Like they would have been.
If he would have got off, it would have been an OJ moment.
Yeah,
for
black people would have been
celebrating.
Saying that's right. He should have got off, but then they would have been mad because he didn't.
So let's talk about that. Like that's really where we at. Like
like right in present time, we there now because black people saying. I mean, is it just black people or is it like other people saying that's wrong? The verdict, like the jury got it wrong.
I've seen other people say it.
I've seen it too.
I've seen other people say it.
Maybe not murder.
No, I'm not saying something.
I think what the prosecutor did was charge them with the height, and I don't think it ever should have been premeditated or murder.
Yeah,
I think it should have always been a manslaughter trial, because it was the heat of the moment. He didn't go looking for that young boy.
No, they came looking for him because he was minding his own business.
That there's accountability. Right. And then inside of that, even if we gonna charge him and we gonna figure something out, it should have been like a man one.
Well, he came
a man
in,
two.
They came and bothered him. He was sitting under the tent. They came up there to bother him, and then I guess the coach.
Did they hit him first?
Yes.
So
they
were the aggressors.
So they jumped on him.
Well, so what? And then what? They changed the story as because they say one in Austin and I can't think of, and Hunter. Austin Hunter, and I think Hunter is the one that passed away. The twins.
Yeah.
They came up there. The coach sent them up there. And first, that was wrong.
What?
Too. The coach should have. If the
coach sent them up there,
and that's what they're saying. So if the coach wanted him to, that should have been the adult job to say, "Hey, you need to go to another tent," right? Because it was raining outside, so that's why he's sitting under this tent.
And then even that whole the coach sent them thing. I saw another account. That's why I said there's so many allegeds in this.
Right.
But they said that he didn't directly send them. They was like they need to step up. He didn't say what they needed to do, but he was like, y'all need to step up and start, demonstrating some more leadership or something like that. And then they took that to mean whatever they took that to mean. And then he goes, they go.
And then there's a friend, the friend that was there who, because they're saying they didn't know who Carmelo was, right?
Okay.
And that was the whole thing. But a friend called him over there.
Okay.
Who's on their team. And he tried at the trial, then he tried to act like he didn't really know Carmelo, right?
Mm-hmm.
To find out that he knew Carmelo quite well. Carmelo went to his grandma's birthday party with him. He was hanging out with Carmelo and his girlfriend at parties, and they had him and Carmelo hanging out. And so he knew him, and then all of a sudden he didn't know him that well any longer.
So here's what they said. So they said this is what they have agreement on. Austin Metcalf approached, and so like you said, it was raining. They was under a tent that was being used by the high school students, and Austin Metcalf approached Anthony and told him he needed to leave the Memorial team tent. A verbal exchange followed. Anthony allegedly said words to the effect of "touch me and find out." And that's what they was using to say that he threatened them because he was like, touch me and see what I do or something like that. Physical contact then occurred. Anthony produced a folding knife and stabbed Metcalf once in the chest. The prosecutor's version, the confrontation was essentially one-on-one. Anthony threatened Metcalf before the physical contact. So they're saying he was the first one to make a threat. The stabbing was deliberate and an unjustified act. Video and eyewitness testimony did not support the claim that Anthony was surrounded by a group or under attack. The state characterized it as a sneak or surprise attack rather than lawful self-defense. The defense's version, Anthony was significantly smaller than Austin Metcalf. He feared for his safety during a rapidly escalating confrontation. Metcalf had no legal right to put his hands on him, and Anthony acted in fear and chaos and therefore in self-defense under the Texas law.
So even in their description, they never denied that he touched them.
No, never denied.
This is how they did it. Is that he gently pushed him, and all the friends that came up there and was like,
He didn't really push him that hard.
It wasn't aggressive. He gently pushed him. And this is how they're saying it. And who gently pushed somebody that you mad at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. Oh, you better leave. And then somebody say,
"Oh, just get it. Just
go. Scoop, come on."
Who was his attorney?
Yeah.
Who was Anthony's attorney?
He did have a paid attorney. So that let's because I saw that.
Who was this guy?
And
I don't know. And then they said immediately afterwards, Austin Metcalf suffered a single stab wound to the chest. Witnesses attempted to render aid. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but Metcalf later died from his injuries. Anthony remained at the scene and surrendered to police. Officers testified that Anthony repeatedly indicated he believed he had acted in self-defense and reportedly made statements including, "I was protecting myself. I'm not alleged. I did it." He said, "I'm not alleged. I did it." He also reportedly asked whether Metcalf would be okay. Yeah, what the jury ultimately decided, the key question was the stabbing legally justified as self-defense under Texas law? And for a black man, you know that ain't
right. But if we know that if the shoe was flipped, and on the other side, that we probably wouldn't even be here, and they probably wouldn't even went to trial.
No, what we got to do to flip these shoes? Because we always say that if the shoe was on the other foot, or if things was different. What we got to do to put the shoes on the other feet and make things different?
We really have to get on the same accord, right?
Go to jury duty.
Okay,
we got to vote.
Okay,
we got to be more involved, because who's to say that the black person on that jury didn't go to jury duty?
Right, because
called in and said I'm sick. I'm having brain fog,
or whatever the case may be, and we'll try.
You think it's a ticket. Right, and you could have had an impact, or I don't know, right? Because I think we have a lot of issues converging at once.
Yeah, and then they said, so I guess some of them did go, but they didn't get selected. So 12 jurors and 6 alternates were selected. None of the selected jurors were black. Reports indicate
none of the regular ones was black. Well,
selected.
Yeah, none of them was black.
None of those who were chosen were black. Reports indicate the defense raised a Baston challenge, arguing that prosecutors improperly struck the remaining black prospective jurors. So it was black people in the pool, but they struck them down. Prosecutors.
And I wonder why didn't they try to take it? Like, the argument from the beginning was to take it out of that county,
like because, a change of venue.
Yeah, big issue. Yeah. I don't know, but that should have been one of the first things that they did, because it's a small town and everybody know everybody. So there's no way that you can have a fair trial in somewhere where everybody grew up with each other. Even if they think that you're wrong, usually they're gonna side with their homies.
So Shayna says that their first mistake was getting a public defender, especially after raising all of that money.
Okay, Shayna, I'm gonna say this, and that is false narrative.
Okay,
they had a paid attorney. Okay, so white media X started this rumor about them having a public defender. No, they had a paid attorney. They did not spend them people money on an Escalade and a house.
Okay,
that was X that started that before the money was even released. TMZ and the co-founder of the people who they're part of the GoFundMe came out and publicly said that they hadn't even touched that money. Right, so we're not like he did have a paid attorney,
because that attorney did suck.
I'm just checking the trap. I ain't watching.
No, that was in the chat.
Oh, okay. Because it's like to me, I think young man had a lot of things working against him in this situation. And his dad is like an advocate, right? So it's a lot of different things like nipping at that young boy during this trial.
And you know what, Shane, I don't think you are on that, but I know that it's going around because I had this conversation with somebody else and they was like, show receipts. So I actually went and did
about it right before we got on the
and I went and actually did a deep dive on it, because again, that's a way that they divide our community, right? Because we find a reason to go in and nitpick the parents.
He could have had Johnny Cochran, bro. He was getting convicted.
You know.
So let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. We got to take a break.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Dang.
So we're gonna take a break. We'll be back about 7 minutes after the hour. We're gonna continue this conversation. We also want to talk about the mayoral debate that happened.
Yeah, we got.
And Dump Duke is in the headlines as well.
And so, Duke is cheap right now.
They'll cut the price.
Drop the price of the brick.
Come back later.
Doing some goodwill and PR. We'll be back, y'all.
City Hall.
I got love for you, no lie. I give my best, I try. Someday we'll touch the sky. You're an angel, little baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just a rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together, under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams.
Peace in the streets, love to my brothers, love to my sisters. We all need each other. Children need their mothers and they need their dads. Taking a life that don't make you bad. The fact that you do that is so sad. Pocket watching, plotting on another man's cash. Pick up a book instead of picking up a gun. Increase your knowledge and that'll increase your funds. If everyone succeeds, then crime would decrease and people would live instead of resting in peace. Unity, that's what we need. Stand up and be a positive force in the community.
We are one, we must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams. We must stand together,
Must stand together.
all together as one.
As one people.
United we must
United,
stand
we shall rise.
fighting for
And you fight for me
till our race is done.
till we see God.
United we must
United, we will rise. Clap with me. Clap.
God, we
Clap.
are
Yes,
one.
sir.
We must
Clap.
fly to the
Clap.
sun.
GB on the track, man, and I mean this. It's from the heart.
Not destroying
Back and forth to prison, cause my position in the ghetto was wishing my dreams was in my hand, man, instead of so distant. Violent crimes on my record, showing judges I'm reckless. Yes, they think I'm rich and young, like Young and the Restless. Every time I see a young brother rich in peace, got to be the only time when I watch TV. Cause the struggling and suffering is all I see. Besides muscling and hustling that wall with heat, I point the finger at the devil, boy, for taking my peace. Cause the only way to live is to take to the streets. But they rate me as a villain for the killing and dealing. For what? My last resort to make me a living. I don't give a damn, tell them so what? I'm gonna survive even if they threaten me with life. The arms of poverty held tight, making life a fight. But in the sky, we got to unite. Keep your head in the sky.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United
as well as 3 counts of causing wounding or grievous bodily harm with intent to murder.
Said he was in it.
Oh, we back.
We're back.
Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster.
Baby. And if you don't know, now you know.
There you go. You heard it here first. You're going to go ahead and.
Yeah. We got
The Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners.
Not necessarily. So y'all remember, I want to say about 3, 4, 5 months ago,
3, 4, 5 months ago,
we had Nurse Miko on.
Yeah.
And Nurse Miko came in. Look, it almost felt like an exclusive.
It was.
It was an exclusive.
I mean, at that time.
It was exclusive at that time.
Yeah, because she was really standing on her business.
Yeah,
they still have been for the whole
she
time.
has been consistently standing on her business. And so basically, former registered nurse Tabiko Keaton says she worked at the Baby Place program operated by Orlando Health Bayfront inside of John Hopkins All Children Hospital. She says she repeatedly reported concerns through HR and ethics channels about the workplace culture, staff treatment, patient safety, and racial hostility. One complaint involved a Valentine's Day display that she said resembled blackface imagery. And she alleges that after raising concerns, she experienced retaliation and was ultimately terminated.
And you know what it is? So looking at that, right? People like, oh, it was, who make a black Valentine's Day heart?
A blackface
Valentine's Day heart, because it was for Valentine's Day.
A black heart.
Yeah,
a black
heart with eyes on it.
And then a white lips right there.
Yeah.
But who makes Valentine's Day?
The white lady at Orlando Health.
Yeah, they do. And you know what? So, a true story.
That's who.
You know what?
Them, that's who.
That's who.
Them, that's who.
I had something similar when I worked at Denny's.
Okay, blackface.
Yeah, they put it up like it was religion purposes, and they put it on there like Satan's house or some stuff like And I remember that was like our clash. Like, and I'm like, this is a hostile environment. Like, they know where I stand at. I'm the only Black manager here, and I'm the youngest. And yet they're gonna put this on our office door where I have to walk in every day. And I've told you that I'm uncomfortable with it. And you like, oh well.
And that's what she said. She said that they put it in a place that was prominently displayed where they had to look at it consistently. And then they didn't take the decorations down.
For 28 days.
Yeah. So it's a Valentine's Day that stayed up all month, basically. So the St. Petersburg NAACP has intervened, and they're saying that the NAACP is calling for a review. They're asking for a review of Keaton's HR complaints, her ethics complaints, the Valentine's Day display itself, and her allegations of retaliation after reporting concerns. The organization has reportedly sent letters to both Orlando Health Bayfront and Johns Hopkins All Children requesting a review and accountability for this incident.
Yeah, it's been a lot of media and news around it. Big shouts out to Miko, because I was checking out the Channel 8 report, and then I seen Channel 13, and I was like, oh man, they is on this.
Yeah,
it was like a situation.
I mean, you're looking at it, so you see race is a big thing right now, and always have been, but
funny. Go ahead.
Race is.
But you can see
America.
It's like, always, but you will see.
I'm surprised Channel 13 had it.
Okay. When they with this particular case, yeah. What made you surprised?
Because Channel 13 don't really rock like that.
Oh, they show it, but they no. They know.
Network,
no, they know how to spin it. They
do know how to spin it.
Listen. They don't mind doing the story, but they're gonna make them the criminals. Like, they're gonna spin it so that it is not on your side.
Yeah.
Okay. No, they will say it. They're gonna change it. Look, keywords to let people be like.
I'll say this though, her advocacy, if she's on your timeline, has been hard to ignore because she's been very consistent. I mean, she reached out to us. We had conversations. She came in again, gave a.
She been on 9th Street, and she
detailed,
still,
interview about her experiences. She sent a lot of receipts, as they say.
She got the receipts.
She has the receipts, and so
she was the first person that I heard say a lot of the things that she was saying. You know, we was at the protest and the boycotts, and one day she was just like and she was running it down, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, maternal health.
And I was like, what? And I know briefly about a little piece of that.
Yeah,
right. I know a little piece of it. I don't really know it, but I know a piece of that. So when I was hearing the stuff she was saying, and I was like, whoa. And so it's definitely,
and they definitely have blackballed her because she can't get a job here.
Yeah,
like everywhere
in the interview, she was in California.
They have blackballed.
She was here. She had been traveling because she couldn't get work in.
So she would go out there and travel,
and
pick up jobs. But here, because of what happened, because she stood up. And so in the nursing field or anything like that, don't you want somebody to be the advocate for the patient? Because you're there to save lives and to help people, right?
Yeah.
And so the fact that if somebody's being mistreated or things are not being done properly, somebody need to tell somebody. This ain't no like
see something, say something.
Yeah, smell it, tell it.
And so according to Fox, Orlando Health is saying that it's committed to maintaining a respectful, inclusive workplace. It declined to discuss personnel matters publicly, and then Bayfront President John Moore stated that the allegations have previously been investigated and reviewed. He also stated that the hospital would further review the concerns raised by the NAACP while noting confidentiality limits what they could publicly disclose.
So, Miko, good job. You probably finna get your payout.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The one thing is Orlando Health, Johns Hopkins has worked really hard to, to change their face in the community.
Yeah.
Because people Bayfront, they're Orlando Health now. Right? You think people wasn't going to Bayfront. People was going to St. Anthony's.
Yeah,
they were saying
like, I don't know. Come on, bring me in the
No, but I'm just saying, like, they was.
I remember them don't go to Bayfront conversations.
A lot of people don't go
to I don't know. Did they stop?
I don't remember the
Did they stop?
I didn't go. I remember the whole, like, if something happened, don't go to Bayfront. Like, I remember that conversation. I didn't double click on it. I didn't follow up with the reasons.
A lot of people
I just
wasn't,
remember people was like, man, don't go to Bayfront.
and a lot of people wasn't going
like,
to Bayfront.
that's kind of like it wasn't like don't go, babe. It was like, man,
don't you go to Bayfront?
yeah, where you going, Bayfront?
I go to St. Anthony.
You shouldn't have went to Bayfront.
Yeah, go to St. Anthony.
That was kind of how I got it. So
yeah, that's how most people got it. That's how most people got it.
It wasn't like a full expose and write up on.
But they have worked really hard to kind of change the narrative.
It's all right, y'all can come over here.
Right. Yeah. At this point, and you're looking at that.
Like, boy, Bayfront? Where you went? Where she at?
Bayfront. Get her to St. Anthony. Get her to St. Anthony.
You shouldn't have went to Bayfront. Like that was the protest I got. So let me ask you this: do you think that employees in workplaces truly feel safe reporting problems without fear of retaliation?
No, they don't.
Yeah,
because I mean, the culture. First of all, you report it to you. If you do the chain of command, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you report it to your boss, right? Of somebody with your coworkers, depending on how close your boss is, even though they're not supposed to say nothing, they might repeat it, right? So you be like, I don't want no uncomfortable situation where there's beef on the thing. Then if I got to report my boss to their boss, now usually the bosses team up with each other, right? And you feel like, and then you go, the chain of command is usually. So
you never had it work the way that it's supposed to?
No. Sometimes,
you never like where it's like, okay, I got a legit complaint. I'm making my complaint, and then they finally.
The better question is: have you been fired or have you had retaliation because you reported something?
I think so.
I'm
trying to think. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you? Put it in chat or give us a call. It's what's on your mind Wednesday.
I know somebody that got fired.
Yeah, been fired.
Got fired and sued them.
But not
won.
even just fired, but just retaliated again.
Yeah, no, but that's it. Like when you come in, because you won't get your promotion. Right.
That's retaliation.
That you won't get and then they start to write you up so that you can't move out of the department.
Yeah.
Because usually if you're trying to move from a department, you gotta have a clean slate at where you're at to make lateral moves or to move up. So a way that they keep you stagnant, or then I'm gonna teach you, is they'll do stupid write-ups.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Teachable moments, huh?
That's not really teachable. That's a part of the culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody do something, it's a part of the culture, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But everybody else will get passes. Now that's, you know what I mean? So it's crazy out there.
So in the comments, Shayna says, I have a boss right now that HR knows and says, oh, she's a bully, but they love her. So reporting makes it worse sometimes.
Yep.
So how you navigate that? Yeah.
And so they need to have outside sources.
I tell you what.
Go ahead.
Call the NAACP.
Yeah, because they getting it done.
Right on. Shout out to Madam President. Thank you for tapping in.
Yeah.
She said, always back up your reporting by sending emails and complaints to your private email. And that was the thing with Miko.
Because
you get it back on?
Yeah, I got it on.
Okay, for you.
You on it on?
Yeah, but it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Just sit down.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. So, but yeah, Nurse Miko, she had like all the things, right? She had the paperwork from what I saw. Like, I don't know,
she got a lot of stuff.
But she sent in extensive research, documentation. She was making complaints. Like, she was doing like all the things.
Because once you get fired, you no longer have access to the work email. Right.
Yeah.
And so if you do not send to your private email or print these things out, you no longer have access, and they could delete whatever.
I'm going to tell you a little trick, right? You know how you put your emails? If you have multiple emails, you can put them all in one email. You give your email permission. So like, I still got my work emails.
They don't work.
No,
you can't send and receive new ones, but you still have the old ones.
Yeah.
So if they erase it on their end, it's not erased on my end.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
It's all in my little archive.
Yeah, like you got it on your. Yeah. No, I hear that. All right, so thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in.
They said that, but I can't. Hold on, I can't see that.
She came strapped.
With
that documentation, which fortified what happened to her. She absolutely did, Madam President.
And she carried everywhere she go to. It's like
so what I'm sure the work that you did with her, she absolutely made it easy because she had like all the things that could make a case. You know what I mean? And so shout out to her for tracking it and for standing up and not being afraid to take a position and risk her livelihood, you know.
Because
some people would prioritize themselves and their livelihood over the safety and health and well-being of these mothers and people who are experiencing these disparities in this condition.
And listen, not most people will. We just seen it in this case in Texas.
Yeah.
Because they're all friends. They would rather lie and protect friendships than to come out there and say what's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm.
You said it was a lot. I'm looking, I got some other stuff on here.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to do it. I will stop there. All right. I mean, unless you got something you want to, unless you want to keep going.
No.
Okay.
We got to talk about these local politics. We just had
politics with Mr. Edmond.
Well,
bum, brought to you by One Love Magazine. OneLoveMagazine.com.
So we just had the mayoral debate at the Obama Library last night.
President Barack Obama Library. Yes.
President Barack Obama Library. And I think we finna have an interesting race.
Yeah.
I was checking it out.
So before we do that, I want to give a shout out to the organizers, again, NAACP, and then all of their partners and everybody who put that on. I think it was very well done, but well executed. It was moderated well. The attendance, I think I saw something saying that it should have been a bigger venue because there was a lot of people who couldn't get in. So before we get into like the nuts and bolts, we're talking logistics, and then we'll get into like some of the nuts and bolts about the debate. But we've done, mayoral forums, and sometimes it's hard to tell, man. And you think that, okay, like, I mean, we packed out Child's Park one time, but we didn't know that it was going to be, the doors were going to be swinging.
Because it's a hit or miss with it. Like, sometimes people are like overwhelmed and they like super excited and they show up, but nobody really says anything,
so
right?
Do you think that the overwhelming response to the mayoral debate and people really trying to get in is an indication of what we can expect as far as the season? Is that a tide turning? Because I remember we used to be having to beg people to.
So this is what I'm going to say, and I hope nobody takes this. I'm going to say this with the overwhelming people that showed up, that lets you know, unfortunately, they're not happy with the current administration.
Okay.
And this is true. Like, you want to, because if they were happy with the current administration, they wouldn't be coming to see what other people have to offer. Like, you know what I mean? They would be like, I already know. I'm just saying, usually when you
come to support your person, even if you got the person now, you like, listen, I can't stay home and not come for my person.
No, usually you do. Like, listen,
like if that's your person and you riding with them, you gonna show up.
Listen, let me tell you. I'm telling you.
I ain't here to see who's not you.
I'm just telling you.
Man, I'm here.
No, I'm not telling you either. I'm not telling people how to, but when I'm looking, from logistics and me like working it, usually. If it's somebody new, they come in and like when you started doing your time, people showed up because you was new and exciting, right? Boom, boom, boom. I done seen other people who done did town halls and ain't nobody show up because they ain't want to hear nothing they had to say. And usually when you're happy with like the current, there was overflow and all this stuff because they wanted to see what everybody had to say. If you're already happy with your administration, they be like, we already know where we're going to go. We can sit at home and watch this, forget them because we know where our vote is at. Now you're trying to figure out where you're going to vote, so you want to get the information.
I'm not disagreeing with you. This is not a disagreement.
That's common. That's in the chat.
I'm just
Madam President says I don't disagree, Q. I think people came out because of the diversity of the candidates.
Listen, I don't disagree.
I don't agree. Yeah, I don't agree.
I don't disagree.
He said no. She said I don't disagree.
It's a correction.
I'm
Mr. Edmonds
saying my mind.
No. And this is just my thoughts.
That's why I'm giving you that. That's why I say I'm not disagreeing with you. But I think it's a lot of pent up frustration because it's been like 5 years, right?
Okay.
And like people are itching, right? itching, whether they're itching for the administration or itching against it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pent up, frustration in the city, whether it's from the light bills, the water bills, no matter what the issue is.
Why you do that?
Because we saying the same thing.
I didn't know you was saying it like y'all was saying something different.
No, because
I just told you I tell you that. I'm just adding.
but
Don't sound like it's other thing.
it's so to
I'm
it.
adding, and I'm just saying it's been 5
Yeah,
years.
crazy.
It's been 5 years since the last mayoral race, and in those 5 years, a lot has happened.
Yeah.
Right. A lot has went left, right, and all around. Some people got stuff to celebrate. Some people ain't got nothing to celebrate, and I think that is going to show in like these debates, in these forums, and all the upcoming pressure.
I'm encouraged. It was good to see that. I'll tell you that it was absolutely great to see engaged community.
I'm with it. I'm 100%. And let me say this, because y'all want to go back and do the sound bites and say Kiana said all this other. I'm not saying that I'm unhappy or I know anybody that's unhappy, but
are you happy?
Nobody would have said that. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm not doing
Keep going. See what? Make your point. Keep going. Don't get thrown off.
I'll tell you this, since you threw it out there, let me tell you, there's some pros and some cons that I like about. There's some things that I agree with the administration. There's things that I didn't like with the administration, right? Period. Yeah. And that's just like with any relationship. I have, and y'all heard me say this a lot. I have a lot of respect for Mayor Welch. I've always said that, and that ain't gonna change. Now, do I agree with everything? No, but do I agree with some things? Yes, I do.
So tell me.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. My wife told me I got to stop doing
No,
that.
do it.
No.
No.
I was like, she be on me about you, Q. I don't know what it is.
Because I'm a twin flame.
She's like, you can't be interrupting Q. You be cutting Q off when she be talking. And I just did it. So I'm trying to be better.
That's okay.
And Q told me go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead.
And she don't like us together either.
I don't like them together. They be on my head with the two of them together and me. I got a problem. But anyway, so again, thank you to the organizers. Thank you for the community for showing up and being engaged. I think it's very vital and it's important for us to continue to show up. Some of the questions that were being asked, one of the questions that was asked of the candidates was talking about a time when your leadership was tested. Mayor Welch pointed to being sworn in during COVID as one of the things. Charlie Chris, this is what I was going to say. The reason I interrupted you, Charlie Chris, he said that you was talking about your respect for Mayor Welch.
Yeah.
And he said, he's a good man. He's a decent man. Like when he said that, I don't know why that kind of rubbed me a little bit. And then when he was referring to somebody else, he said, and it was another black man, he said he was a good and decent man. So then it got me to thinking, what is good and decent?
So we want to.
Yeah, that was.
You want to double click? You want to double click on that?
When he's describing black men, he's saying they good and they decent. Like decent for me just got a different meaning.
Right.
It was decent.
Okay.
But no, so that was it. That's why I interrupted and probably should have let you.
No.
So who you think won?
I don't think for me it wasn't no clear winners.
Okay,
not for me.
I
think we need. So I
say standouts. There wasn't nobody who stood up.
I mean, Maria stood up every time. So that's why wouldn't I do that? You threw it up there. She stood up every time, and I mean that's how you do things.
That's
right?
how she comes.
Yeah, that's how she comes. You know what I mean?
This is the first one, so I think it's exciting. I caught like bits and pieces. I want to go back and really look at it. Like
the sound was horrible.
Because of the noise and the different background. I heard it okay.
My sound was just.
I saw it in the comments, but I didn't have that problem.
I think it depends on where you got your broadcast from, whether it's Channel 8 or whoever.
I was on the NAACP page.
I was on Channel 8.
And it was great.
So that's what it was. So Channel 8 didn't have, they sound together.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear a little bit of rumbling, but NAACP, good job, y'all. It was good.
Good job, because good. Listen, Madam President, you did.
Y'all did that.
You 2 for 2 right now.
It's your week. Oh wait, y'all want to make it 3 for 3?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
She jumped in with Sharonda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With Sharonda Davis. So I don't know if y'all was
President, you're
following.
doing
What happened?
You're doing
So with Sharonda, and I might mess it up. So Sharonda, call us again.
you want me to go get
you
okay,
give me the-
Sharonda did okay, Fox News
Yeah.
went and did the teen takeovers, and
story,
and
that's
then
right.
what happened is that there was a lot of racist comments in the comment section, and Sharonda had a thing that they can block those comments. Like, we don't have to see the racial slurs do not have to be in their comment section.
You can moderate. Yeah.
You can moderate it. And so she went on and really hard, and then they end up finding these people and finding their job. And Madam President sent out the letters to the job and help. Some of these people got fired from Bayfront.
How about
from
that?
the children's place.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Madam President, if you could give us a call, that would be amazing.
Or you can come in with that. We can talk about it.
727-637-2460. Thank you for your leadership.
So let's rewind that.
Yeah.
There was some racist comments made on a post around the team takeovers.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about that for the end of the show.
We already talked about it.
No, we got
keep going. Racist comments.
And then they did the research and
because one of the commenters
they found him.
He put something in the comments like they should be tranquilized and just some crazy, some
and
foolishness.
then that comment led to his job, and that job happened to be the same job that Miko had been talking about.
Contractor.
He was a contractor work. So what they did was they said that he's no longer.
What I'm tracking is a pattern. I ain't tracking them.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not tracking them. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to. I'm trying to see are we finding a pattern? Did we see a pattern? That's what I'm trying to discover.
So I know somebody who knew the guy, right? And she said that and a black lady that didn't see the racist.
But that wasn't the only one.
No.
There was multiple people and multiple. I've seen a couple background checks, and that's why I want to focus on the guy, because then we're making it individual, and I'm trying to see a pattern.
We were talking about Bayfront or John Hopkins, and that guy worked there. The other people did not work at the hospital.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Hello, caller. Introduce yourself.
Esther Sani, president of the St. Peter NAACP.
This Esther.
Okay, got it. So,
let me see.
Let's get the update. What's happening?
Hello, madam.
So, good morning. So I wanted to just do one quick clarity. The gentleman who stated that he wanted the teens to receive bananas, and maybe bananas would calm them down. He was actually a contractor with All Children's, John Hopkins All Children's, and they immediately terminated his contract.
Okay.
The difference between the two is Miko worked for Orlando Health Bayfront, which was housed at All Children's. So their department was housed there because of the space and the work that John Hopkins All Children's does with babies. But her employer of record was Orlando Health.
Okay.
That's the difference between the two. Now, I think it's important to note that John Hopkins All Children's immediately addressed the issue, responded back, was very clear that this person will not work for them. Their mission and their vision is clear. They will not accept any level of racial terminology that will be levied against whether it's workers, staff, employees, etc. Bayfront did not do the same.
Wow.
Bayfront is lollygagging. They dragging their feet. They gave a rote, bland response. They even alluded to in their response, and I'll text the letter to you.
Okay.
They alluded to in their response that they are aware of the situation, and that they've investigated 2 years ago, but that they will reopen the investigation. But it is very clear that they're in a protection mode of their white staff.
Wow.
Very clear.
And they actually sent the police out to her house like a month ago.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's important to note also that I got a call from from one of the individuals that Miko is calling out from her sister yesterday to basically ask me why am I supporting someone who is speaking out against individuals. And I helped her to understand the reason we're calling it out is for people like you who think that what your person did was okay.
Yeah, that's right. And look, that's the question I was going to ask you. Why did you think it was important for the NAACP to step in and really start to advocate and support Nurse Miko?
So I feel like my questions to Miko were always clear. Like, show me. I understand we feel how we feel when we get fired. I've been fired before.
Yeah.
But show me the paperwork so that when we stand with you, we're not just going according to feeling.
Oh, and she unloaded, I'm sure.
Man, she came strapped with the paperwork, the pictures, the communication, the ethics claim, the EEOC claim.
Yeah, she was ready.
The pictures or the emails where they're saying all complainers come to a meeting, the blackface hearts. You know, people are saying, oh, well, it's just cardboard paper, but you could have chosen any other cardboard paper, but black, white,
for Valentine's Day,
you do
red and pink.
Yeah.
You do red and pink.
You could have chosen white.
Come on.
You could have chosen white with pink, but you chose black on a love holiday. So that was intentional. This individual, Callie Nurse, she knows what she was doing, and it's a domino effect of all of the other issues that she was bringing to African American nurses. Miko is not the only one, but she's the only one who is willing to stand strong because she knows that she has the ability, although she doesn't want to work elsewhere, she has the ability to go elsewhere and work. Others are just hunkering down and just doing the job because they have bills to pay. Mm-hmm. But Bayfront, for clarity, Bayfront has been a consistent issue in this community, and people do need to stand up against them. They are racist. We have received several other complaints from other individuals who are saying Bayfront does not honor minority staff. They do not care about them. They do preferential treatment, and individuals are having to navigate hostile work environments just to feed their family. Wow.
Well, again, we want to thank you for your leadership and thank you for your advocacy on all the things.
Yeah, because you're 3 for 3. You knocked her out.
You've been knocking it out of the park.
You got
and that's
Miko,
the stuff that we can see, because I
Sharonda.
know there's plenty of stuff. A lot of times that work is not always forward facing, and it's being done behind the scenes. So we definitely appreciate it. While we got you on here, what were your takeaways from last night from the mayoral candidate forum?
You know, the biggest takeaway for me is facts. Like I always say fiction versus facts, right? So people can say, well, this was done. For example, there was the question of Chief Holloway making a move with 836, and not speaking to mayor. And all 4 individuals at the table had something to say about it without knowing the factual truth of the matter that Chief and Mayor did have a conversation. We get excited and we get upset about the centralized stuff, but Mayor was very concise in this is a governor mandated demand, for lack of a better way of saying it. Yeah. And it is not that our officers are going out arresting people, it's we're holding them for an hour. And then it's up to the governor and the people he has hired to come and get them within that hour. If they don't show up within an hour, the people are released. Right. We're not taking them to jail. We're just holding them. The other thing that was clear to me, and I sat back and said, wow. And I do have to go back and look at the recording because y'all know when you're involved in something.
When you in it and organizing it.
You can't catch it all. But the other thing that stood out was the question of, in 10 years of leadership, can you point out one instance where you potentially made a mistake and in hindsight, you would do something different?
Yeah.
4 individuals said they've never made a mistake in 10 years.
I didn't get that. What I heard was I've made mistakes, but I can't think of one particularly that I want to talk about right now. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's
John, I can name 100 mistakes.
Esther, I got to tell you.
John, if you tell me right now, I can name 100 mistakes.
But see, Esther,
right now that I made.
Esther, you're not a politician. And what I saw in that moment, the way they answered that question, I was like, "Ooh, that's how you do it." That's those are the like you can see, like these are people who
yes, of course I made some mistakes in the past 10 years, but I can't think of none.
But after like I saw the first two people answer, I was like, shit, I probably would have answered like that too.
So that said to me, and that was a typical typical job interview question.
Yeah.
Tell me about your strengths and your weaknesses.
Right.
We all know, listen, I made this mistake, but I used that to strengthen myself on the other end.
The mayor was
That's
the only
what I
one.
want to hear.
Yeah, the mayor was the only one that could cite or that was willing to cite a particular instance. Yeah, that was a moment that got my attention too. Well, look, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna monopolize you.
All right, thank y'all.
But no, thank you. I mean that. Thank you for all of the things that you're doing and what you're doing and what's happening.
I'm gonna do my best, Q, to get some more wins, but y'all need to know that folks over here tired.
I know that's right.
This phone don't stop ringing.
Yeah. if you ain't tired, you ain't grinding. That's what my daughter told me. All right, thank you. Make it a great one.
All right. Later, y'all.
Later. All right, so if you're just tuning in, y'all, it's the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams, WUJM 99.1 FM, and we having a real robust
conversation. Let me say this.
Yeah.
I just want to say this, and God, I should have got it with her, like with Esther being on the phone. And this is how Black leadership works, right?
Okay.
And you see this because if y'all at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, y'all could see that we didn't always agree.
Yeah, no, that's
we didn't always agree, but the fact that we have one common goal is our community. And we can get that together and love on each other with that.
Speaking of loving on each other,
love
and do. This is all love we need right now.
That's your transition.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's a tough one.
What is Don't Do? Tell us about the Don't
Do. This is a whole movement around the 30-year municipal contract that Duke has with the city of St. Pete. So the city council will be having a conversation coming up about it. It was a big roundup and rally at City Hall. Well, not rally, but people went in and spoke.
Because they voted to do the feasibility study.
I think the first phase, because I think it's another phase that they got to still vote on or whatever. I don't.
Okay, yeah.
So and my whole issue is this. 30 years ago, this was a very different city. And for us to go back into a contract after 30 years with the same mindset that we went in 30 years ago, will be absolutely injustice to the people. And that doesn't mean whatever to everybody, but what it does mean is that we as a city has to move forward, and we can't be entering no 30-year monopoly contracts.
Yeah.
We can't do that, because what that does is that has us with the highest light bills in America almost. And then you have another report saying we don't have the highest light bills. So now it's so much flim-flam in the water.
So let me step back just for a second for those who haven't been paying attention or following this. The question at the core of this is, should St. Pete continue relying on an investor-owned utility, or should it explore owning and operating its own electric utility? That's the question that was
explore.
Posed.
I don't think anybody should have a monopoly in it, like, especially when it's not beneficial for the community. And I say this, I don't trust them like the bad girlfriend or boyfriend that been treating you all bad, and then you say you about to leave, and now all of a sudden they can treat you better for 2 weeks just to get you back in. So like, we've been begging for cheaper light bills,
These
right?
Bills, yeah.
And they kept on telling us, oh no, but we can charge you more.
So look, y'all keep applying that pressure, because whatever y'all doing is working.
I like it.
But it's only momentary.
That's my whole point.
Because they're looking to get into another 30-year deal.
Yeah.
And the negotiation.
I don't think we should do that.
I absolutely not.
Yeah.
I honestly,
we saw what you did the last 30 years. You didn't treat us right.
With the advent of solar energy, we cannot enter into the same agreements with the electric companies.
Yeah.
Inside of the Sunshine City, we have to look past what everybody's telling us. We can't, because honestly, Duke is not in the best interest to give us the keys to solar power. So guess what? Our city hasn't explored it properly because the person who would do it and help us do it has a motive not to. So right now that contract has been holding us back because guess what? It should be solar panels on every roof around here.
Yeah.
On every municipal building, on every municipal parking lot, it already should be solar panels. Not because Duke doing it, because the city is the Sunshine City and we're not taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
And it all starts with that 30-year agreement. That 30-year agreement, they wouldn't even look. And so now guess what? They have a full fight to not even explore it. Not just not sign the agreement. That ain't what they saying. They saying to explore the option.
So I asked, what is Dump Duke? What is the Dump Duke movement? Is a grassroots advocacy campaign pushing St. Petersburg and to some extent Clearwater to seriously explore replacing Duke Energy with a municipally owned electric utility. The movement has gained traction amid the rising concerns over rising electric bills, affordability, reliability, transparency, local accountability, and long-term energy planning. One of the reasons the timing is important is that the city's long-term franchise agreement, which you just mentioned, is expiring, and it's created a rare opportunity for the city to consider some other alternatives. The city council didn't vote to, so the city council actually just voted to spend $590,000 to hire a consultant to conduct the feasibility study. The consultant is New Gen Strategy Solutions, and what they're basically going to be studying is whether or not, it's basically the cost. When you trying to open up a business,
feasibility.
You do a feasibility study.
Is it feasible?
Yeah.
And I think in the short answer, I think absolutely it's feasible, especially with the advent of emerging technologies. Now, if we keep thinking like it's 1986, no, it's not going to be feasible. Not under the 1986 rules, but if we think under of a modern rule, a renewable energy rule, and that's why it should be more of these how can I say it, environmental groups involved.
Yeah,
it should be more because this is our chance at renewables. This is our chance to actually truly lower the cost of energy around the whole Tampa Bay area. And it's so many people sitting on their hands and not saying that, no comments. To me, it's crazy because it's a quality of life issue that comes out of a politics or a political issue.
So what you just said just made me go back to something I seen Sharonda's been posting lately about the silence. Right. And she posted something, and pardon me if I'm messing it up. It's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. Sharonda, please feel free to give us a call. But she was talking about how, racism won't end with people ignoring it and being quiet, and we have to raise and lift our voices to speak out. And so when she said that, you're saying now with Dump Duke, more environmental groups need to be more vocal, so let's talk about these different approaches. The move in silence and just get stuff done, or be vocal and stand in the gap and advocate.
I think they say closed mouths don't get fed.
I remember hearing that.
And when you move with that logic, there has to be something said, right? Because I ain't the only one that know about solar energy, but just me talking about it right now, I guarantee it's gonna spark a conversation that already should have been had. But guess what? If somebody don't say it, because right now with solar energy, you can reduce electric bills by 90%. So now think about that at a mass scale on all the city-owned rooftops, all the parking, just like John Hopkins, but that's Duke. So the investor has the common sense to have a solar farm in our city, and the city doesn't have one?
Yeah.
Come on, what are we doing? This is neglect. We're neglecting our people right when we can help them the most. Because this investment now will save us money later.
I think that people need to be educated because there's so much misinformation that's given. If they have a solar panel right here, and then their whole campaign is not to get solar, right? They're telling you not to do it, and if you do it, you're going to be penalized. You get all these other things that happen with it. So people are afraid. So people usually stay silent. For either they're not educated, they're afraid, or they're not ready to make the decision. Right?
We got to call
it. And so people like to play the fence.
They got to.
Call us. What's on your mind Wednesday?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Davis. What's good? So we talking about silence over everything.
Over everything.
So give us a little bit. Give us a little bit of context for your post. Yeah.
When you start using your voice, then other people begin to listen, and then they begin to think, "Hey, what can we do to help? What can we do? We wasn't aware. We need to be aware, or whatever. Or I've been thinking this, but good thing you said something. I want to do something about it."
So give me this, Sharonda. Give what the people who were telling you to be quiet. What kind of, give me that side of it, because what you're saying makes sense to me. What was the other side that caused you to post? You know, what people were saying, like what were they telling you?
It doesn't matter. Racism is gonna forever be there. You just talking for your health. Let me see.
So apathy.
I got a couple of inbox.
That sounds like apathy. So it's like people who don't think anything can be done about it, and you wasting your time by even. Okay, got you. No, that was helpful. That's helpful context.
And you know what? Even for Sharonda, like we talked about it, and I had somebody else who I talked to about Sharonda post, and was like, okay, that post. But then when they saw the action that came along with it, they was like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people,
but it wouldn't have been. But that's for her lifting
right. And that was the whole point: is that you have to start somewhere. You might not like how it started, but it came with a solution. Like you might not like that she's sitting up here saying this, but the solution was
and we wouldn't have been moving in that direction without you lifting your voice. All right, Sharonda, thank you for that. I appreciate the work that you're doing. I see you. She is becoming a Tampa Bay Breakfast Club contributor without knowing that she's a contributor. Because
becoming or always have been,
always being co-host.
No, I'm talking about like with these posts though. Like like now I'm actually going to her page to prepare for the show. That's like what Sharonda talking about today. So listen, y'all. You listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams, WUJM 99 Jams, the Berg, and we talking that talk, man. We talked about the Carmelo Anthony incident. We talked about Dump Duke and the Mayoral candidate forum. It's still a little bit more. We could probably do some of that on Freestyle Friday, because what I want to do is go through the questions that were asked to the candidates, and then share some of their responses that they gave, and then we can talk through some of that as well. But this weekend, man, it's a lot happening too. So make sure that y'all tap in. We know we got Keyshawn's Corner. The event is happening Saturday at Lake Vista.
Come out. It's a special day.
I think it's another forum too. It's a forum that in the morning at Lake Vista. I don't know if it's city council candidates. I want to say maybe some city council candidates. If I can find it, I'll put it in the chat and put it as well on our Tampa Bay Breakfast Club
Fusion
page.
49th having something in the afternoon as well.
There we go.
From the evening to the afternoon.
Community gatherings. Yes. Yeah, they're doing community gatherings. Laughter is good for the soul or something like that. I'm just made that up. But they're gonna have some. I like that, brother. That's kind of how I felt when I saw it. Like that's not exactly how it's being marketed and promoted. So pardon me if I'm messing up the branding. But shout out to the whole team over at Fusion 49. Fancy Nancy, Sierra Treaslin, board members, Mr. Lenny, and everybody who's engaged. So that'll be this Saturday as well at the Trolley Market Square. And comments, what the people saying. So when your voice, you make more people aware of it. Okay, got it.
Use your voice.
Use your voice. Lift up your voice. Lift every voice.
And people be afraid. People be afraid.
Yeah,
they really do.
Ain't nothing to feel but fear yourself.
Sound good when you say it.
Feel but fear yourself. Okay. All right. That's all I got, y'all.
That's all you got. Did you have an Ask Kiana? We did one.
I don't think we didn't have time for this one.
We got 4 minutes. Go.
6 minutes for this Ask Kiana, and I'm scrolling trying to find it. So
maybe not.
Maybe not.
Just be patient, y'all.
Well, we need an Ask Kiana sponsor. We need y'all to send me
We do have an ask Kiana sponsors.
Jared Martin.
Jared Martin.
No, the Jared Martin.
Oh, One Community Grocery Co-op.
Yes, it sure enough is.
Show enough is.
Shout out One Community Grocery Co-op.
Show enough
with their 201 members. And we on our way to 300 member owners. So if you would like to join the One Community Grocery Co-op, do that now. OCGC.coop.
And I feel like we might have read this one already, but if we didn't, we can go for it. All right, dear Kiana, my teenage daughter wants to start dating, and honestly, I'm not okay with it. She says I'm being old-fashioned and overprotective, but from my perspective, she's still young, still learning herself, and I know how messy relationships can get emotionally. Social media, peer pressure, boys moving too fast, it's a lot. Meanwhile, she keeps telling me everybody else is dating and that I need to trust how I raised her. My question is, at what age should parents realistically be okay with their kids dating? Am I protecting her or just struggling to accept that she's growing up?
Your house, your rules.
Well, you done did this one before, but maybe
Not this. It was a husband and a wife the last time we talked about. Not this.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Okay.
Your house, your rules. But I will tell you want to have an open dialogue, because if you shut it completely down, they will be sneaking around.
So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's deal with this question specifically. At what age should parents realistically be okay with their kids dating? Let's do it that way.
I would say
let's do it that way, because we can come in.
No, I'm gonna say this. Let's go with. I'm gonna go with. Okay, I'm gonna go with high school.
Okay.
Right. I'm going with high school.
So that's 13, 14,
12.
14. High school is
12, 13.
No, not nobody in high school 12.
13, 12?
13.
When you can get invited to a homecoming dance.
I say 13 is high school, but so
13.
yeah.
My niece is 13 and she's going to the 8th grade.
Okay, so 14.
Usually high school is 14, 15.
Okay.
I like 15. I personally like 15.
Okay. As an age
that you're okay, but with chaperones. But with chaperones, you know what I mean? Like you like.
What is a 13-year-old date?
A movie. You hanging out with friends.
What y'all talking about? Do?
Oh my God.
I told you we have enough time.
No, we sure enough don't have enough time. But
age appropriate dating with moderation and shadowing during the date.
Yeah, like it should be parenting.
Doing that? Who?
What is age appropriate though?
So let me tell you, when I started
it's 13, 14.
You're talking about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
You're talking about 30 years ago.
It don't matter.
Just know that. I'm just saying, go ahead.
But you act like stuff 30 years ago
That's
still
true,
don't work
So
today.
go with your story. Say it.
That my mama did double dates and she chaperoned all us.
But that's the thing, right? And I hate to say it like this, but I just got to say it like this. Even with the chaperoning, that don't stop you from sneaking.
No, it does. But it does.
You gonna sneak if you gonna sneak. If you gonna sneak, you gonna sneak. All the chaperoning in the world.
But it cuts it like, listen, you're in the know.
But you can't
chaperone.
No, you're in the know. And the thing is, you're not gonna be able to eliminate all the stuff, but you want to be in the know. If you say, "Oh no," and you're not in the know, you don't know nothing.
It's not you.
No, you don't know nothing.
You're not in the know.
You know
it's
nothing.
better to know a little bit than to not know nothing.
Yes, and you usually
because you ain't gonna know everything.
No, it's impossible for you to know everything, but it is impossible for anybody to know everything, but it is possible for you to be in the know.
Yeah.
And again, we talk about you want to be the parent, but you also want your children to be comfortable enough to come talk to you where you know that they're going to get solid advice. Because if you don't...
So here's what the chat saying. 16 is able to get a job and drive. 15, anything below 15 is a no. Okay, yeah. So 15, yeah, you can get a permit to drive and accept some responsibilities.
So what about this? I still want to talk about this chaperone.
Yeah.
26 chaperone.
What is the chaperone?
No,
like
but I think honestly, it's gonna be up to each child individually how mature that child is. You get what I'm saying? Because you might have one child that's mature enough at whatever age, and then another child who really ain't.
I hear that, but I don't know how I feel
like
about that.
It ain't like a driver's license. You get what I'm saying?
No, I think you're
one
talking
size fits all.
Yeah, it ain't a driver's license.
yeah, I'm on one side. Listen, here we go.
Your child, so your 12-year-old who is
It might
emotionally mature.
It might be.
Say I want to.
You see that boy Spody? You see that boy got it in him?
That sounds like a girl and a boy answer. Like your girls gotta wait and your boys don't.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, but that's how you try to.
So it was your 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
No. So go
I'm
ahead.
just talking about the 12-year-old son.
No.
That's the girl and the boy answer.
I told you.
Not no being direct. Who's gonna get direct? Yeah,
but no, it's 9:00. We
gonna continue this.
So
we'll
continue this
y'all.
maybe on Friday if we remember.
Yeah, I told y'all we didn't have enough time. All right, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. Up next is Sister Hughes.
Lose your shoes.
Shout all around the house.
And this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmond.
We out.
Bing, bing.